said, come on, help us. Because that's why I work hard for to have my own money in my pocket to do what I asked to do. If somebody asked me, I gave money to the school a few days ago. When they had the parade, I gave money to the school to help with the band director. And still would do it if I got it. And that's what we're here for. And just think about it. I'll tell you who taught me. That's why I can tell you. Old man John Hewitt. He really taught me. And that's why I understand how to help somebody. You ain't done it for the money, you ain't done it to be winning, but all that gonna pay off. I don't care what nobody say. It's just simple as that. Now, good thing. Yeah, go on.
Okay, you made you made the statement about you didn't wanna mention the lady name that called you about the road.
Right.
It's okay now you don't mention her name, but in order for us to help or sign, agree or whatever road, we still need to know what we're doing or what we're
Right,
fixing.
right,
We don't have to call her name, but we need to know what area, if we're going to do something, we need to know what area that we.
I mean, like, you gotta do something. That's what you're saying?
No, I'm saying, you said you were gonna get the asphalt out of the town money, right? To fix the road. I said, you don't have to tell us who she is, but we still need to know
Oh, you gotta
what's
know that.
going on. I
It gotta be,
mean, we need to know.
I put it that way, it gotta be the Bell Road. And I know now the Bell Road got big potholes there. I understand just what you're saying, I understand what you're saying. And once I do that, they're gonna be, we're gonna know where it is.
Now, the second thing.
Okay.
You said about Halloween, we can't contribute or do anything if you don't let us know that you're doing something. You let us know, then we can say, well, okay, you know, we can give something or do something. But if you just saying, I'm doing something for Halloween, and I'm not gonna run y'all down to donate, but if we don't know what's going on, then we can't participate.
Well, okay, I'm not being smart when I say this here. Just like I know it's gonna be Halloween.
Mhm.
Y'all should know it's gonna be Halloween, just like I know it. Because that's the way it works. I mean, now, if I say, okay, I would ask y'all to come and help decorate this here. And y'all see it all the time. I mean, we know it's gonna be events coming up. And now at the same point, I don't wanna be wasting my time, because it's costing money and time to run everybody down when you already know it's gonna be Halloween. You already know the children need something to make them feel good. And all you gotta do is say, no, you ain't gotta do nothing too much to ask me, if I want you to take over now. Okay, I want you to be able to say, and then go out there and do what you have to do, just say, I'm gonna make sure I do that too. I didn't wanna know in case something happened, somebody get hurt or something, and I don't know anything about it. You know, I need to know, then now it's good to help somebody, that's what it's about. Halloween's coming up, and we got Christmas, all kind of things are coming up. We got, Halloween, we got, those things like, what you call it, that we had this past Saturday, all of that, a parade and all of that stuff coming up, again. So you already know how folks talk. Okay, go.
Well, yeah, it's 1,000 things going on around Halloween, everybody probably got something going on, but if you require the council to help you or participate, we would like a formal invite instead of saying, we know, that don't mean we know something gonna happen at town hall just because of Halloween. We need to know.
Well, let me tell you this here. Now, I'm not being smart where I talk. I have seen you out there helping, somewhere out there. Now, there's a job for me to say, come and help us with this here. Come to me and say, I helped you. And that's where I see it now. Because just say us, I don't know what you mean by us. Just say you want to help me, all you gotta do is say, hey, you don't got time, then you say, hey, I got $10 to help. Now, I can easily call you and say, come on, help. I can easily do that. I don't have a problem doing that. Because have you seen me? I get my own tractor, I can get my own this and that. I pay my own money to decorate that. And now you want to help, I don't have a problem with that. But I say I'm not gonna run nobody down, but that's more work. So I don't mind that. Somewhere you gotta see it on paper, you gotta see it on Facebook, that Central High School having something. All you gotta do is just be able to be ready for that. Yes.
But just like you just mentioned to us that you were doing it, just like tonight, all you had to say was, Councilmember, we're prepared to have something for the children. That makes sense what you're saying.
I'm gonna tell you one more time, make it real short, I don't wanna spend too much time on getting ready for an argument. But what I wanna say one more time, if you're a city councilman, I just use myself, but I won't bring y'all, I use myself, Harold Bell. Just say 4 years from now, I may wanna run again for mayor. I just use that for an example now, don't get it twisted. And, all the work I'm doing out here is gonna pay off. Just like you go to a job and say, okay, I'm gonna make you $5 an hour, or whatever. But now you don't do nothing, you ain't making that $5. So what I'm saying about that, if you prepare yourself to be smart in this community, then it's gonna pay off sooner or later. Now, what I'm trying to say is just like, I'm trying to talk like little children or whatever, but it sounds like where people just want to be pointed to, say, come and help me with this here, come and help me with that. This lady gave me some candy, Miss Logan, and I didn't call her, say, give me some candy. She said, I want to support this family, I want to report, what's going on. And, they brought it by here today. So I'm like this here, I was brought up to, not to beg, I was brought up to try to do the best that I can and ask people, and that's the time that we can ask folks. But that time, you just got to about keep up with the time yourself, do what you're supposed to do, and make this town one of the best towns that it is. Now, I just had to bring that up about, how you can help somebody.
I have a question.
Okay,
Well,
now.
suggestion.
Now, any more questions? Any more, come on.
I do. So, here in our group, and I'm with everybody, I'm new to the table, so
I'll repeat that.
I'm new to the table.
Okay.
So, do I know what all events that take place, wait, I'm just saying, do I know what all events that may take place at this location? I may know that somebody else in the community may be doing something for the kids, or you may have some other people out there asking for help because they wanna do something for the kids in the community or at school or different things. But now that we know that there's a lot of events that we would like to be a part of, can we get a activity calendar going forward? Like all the events every month, if we got parades going on, we got parades at high school, whatever it is in the community, we can have a calendar. So we can know that this month right here, we come together as a team, we go out to the community, if it's nothing but, like you're saying, cleaning up. If we come together on a Saturday and say, hey, let's meet up here at the corner, County Road 2, and we'll clean up, we'll pick up paper, we'll have a fun day, whatever it is. I think that we can do a lot if we're at the table cleaning together. Your idea of it is grand. I'm not gonna take that away from you, but it's your idea, and it's something that you want to do. But when you have members that who would like to help, don't mind help, that have grandkids, have kids, have nieces and nephews in the community, I'm quite sure anybody will want to be a part of it and make it a big event. So I think on the 31st, it's not too late, but if it's something that's gonna be held up here, then let's get the word out. Let's get more donations coming in. Let's be the foot of it and get out there, have people to come up here during this time, get saved, the kids will be able to have, if we're gonna have hot dogs, we have pizza, whatever it is, we can make it grand if we come to the table together. But in the future, let's get an activity calendar, so we'll be on one accord, so we'll know about these things, and so we won't be looking like, if you're out there by yourself, I'm quite sure it's gonna be questions like where, the mayor's always out here doing this, but where is the council members? Sometimes the council members, may not be aware of it. But if you plan ahead, and those things that's coming up, you'll have better participation, not only from the members, but in the community as well. So I would suggest that we get a activity calendar of all the events, everything that we see that we need to do into the community, let's get it on the calendar, so we are having. Also, we have an email, Get everybody email down. Anything that's going on, any concerns, send an email to us. If we don't see each other but once a month, unless something happened down here, that's sometimes probably come down, but we can make it better. Send an email and have, these are some things that's going on. If you would like to help or donate or know someone to donate, we'll be on top of it when we come to the meeting. So
Okay.
that's my suggestion.
Okay, that sounds good, what you're saying is real good. But as you go into section, and as you go on these months and years, you're gonna know what the school has said. I had to call the school called me. And at some point, what you're saying is real good. But it's gonna, you're gonna know a whole lot. Like I said, you're just like new right now.
I'm new to the
You are new.
but I'm not new to the community. And then at the
Well, I'm
school-
talking about here right
but
now,
at-
I'm talking about here, so
Right.
by not being new to the community, you know everybody. So you can hear the word, just say for example, if I got put in jail right now, for whatever, maybe everybody would know it. So now, the Central High School, I don't know that they need a uniform, but they called me and said they need this here, they need that. So being a smart person, or council member, or whatever you are, just a community neighbor, you have to figure out how to search for these things as you go on with, every day for the 4 years, you're gonna see just a whole lot like I had to find out. I mean, this is something that where I won't see y'all until once a month. Now, it's a lot of work we have to do. It's not a daycare center. It's just about whatever you can do here in your community. And like I said a little while ago, if you work, they're gonna pay off at the time when you need those peoples out here to do things for you, or vote for you, or whatever it may be. And that's how I had to learn. I just made a statement, I learned from the older people. Because I can't get out here and say, we're gonna do this here, do that, and give you a calendar. Now I had to go to the school, see, this is not a daycare here. They called me, and that's how I know, now I can call someone and say, can y'all donate too? But now, I'm not gonna wear myself out, because y'all see me out here every day working, doing something for this community. And I'm not how people say, Harry, you need to slow your butt down. Now, I don't wanna add too much on there, but I know you can do it yourself. If you wanna donate something, I guarantee somewhere you're gonna know it. Now, I can call someone, I don't want to call, can you go and come donate some money? I want them to call you. Now, I'm gonna let them know that we got council members, and if you don't mind me giving them your phone number or whatnot, then I'll do that. But I'm just letting you know up front, my time is limited. I'm working night and day. I get a little sleep here, a little there, and I work for this time. You have to see it yourself. When I'm out there, I ain't seen not one person pass by and said that you've done a good job of this, for, the council members or whoever. Because you don't see me doing these things. You think I'm just sitting still. So what I'm getting to now, okay, no talking. What I'm gonna say like this here, that we all gonna have to learn to figure out what to do in this community. But now, if you work, they're gonna come into you, they're gonna come to you. And like they get up to me. They just get up to me and ask me for $1, or whatever it may be. I'm a people person. I've been here all my life. But those that looking funny and whatever, it is what it is. We're gonna make this community one of the best that is. But we got to love, we got to understand. The old people, the young children, they need us more badly than anything ever. So now, just go on, so we want to get out of here less than more than an hour and a half or two. So we're gonna move a little fast. I know sometimes, but before we go any further, I do have that on here about, okay, write down, okay, question and answer about the police. Now, question and answers about the police department and the fire department. I'm gonna stand on this. The reason I put those two things on there, on the past Saturday when that parade was going on, after the parade, young men come down there just like 3 or 4 on the back of that, and I know I'm wild, climbing trees and things, but I couldn't have stayed up on that. There were 4 little young guys on the back of that four-wheeler, and it came down across from me and come around in that ditch. They were just jumping up like, like they having a good time. So now I got on down the road, and I take my picture because I want everybody to see me. Now, they got down the road, and here's this guy here, all this here, I'm gonna make sure you can take that picture, all this right here, broken off. It was just something to see. I had to just I couldn't hardly stand and look at it. But now, that was too late. But the reason I said that, when I look, because I know I'm not trained to be a CPR or do whatever it may be. Now, if you go put your hands on that person by being a councilman or a mayor, you may get sued. You got to go and get some training, why I said that far. Take CPR class sometime. You know, that's what we need to do. I'm getting ready to do all these things. A long time ago, I had all of that, cause I used to work with the fire department, North Line Rescue, we had that in Lowndes County, right here in Malden. And, one day I'm gonna get a book and give it to people that show what I'm about, what I have done in my whole life. I've been there, but now you go put your hands on that person, all I can do is just stand and look. But I know that if I put my hands on that person, and the family ready to take a picture of me, they say, oh, Harold called that person to die. So we gotta be real, real careful now. Then now, a little while later, heard of another accident down here. Now, where's the fire truck, or where's the police department? But they, like I said, I appreciate them coming down, they was out there to help. But it was looked so, I mean, that's why I said, there's little stuff now, we gotta get real now. I mean, just pick at this, and we gotta get real now. But now, what I said about the police department, I called 2 or 3 people today, and it's a must, we just about got to have a police department by law. And we're gonna talk about that when we sworn in, how bad and what, I called the state. But still, what I'm trying to get to, we need that. But we need a fire department just as bad. But those that has anything to do with the fire department, and I'm on tape right now, I'm all over the world right now. And that's good, for people to see what I'm about. But now, the fire department, I've been there. If you're not trained and understand that, you need to go and get it ready, because folks suing like I don't know what now. But now, my dad had an old truck, and I used to drive a CDL, and he put brand new motors in those trucks. Put brand new everything what it needed, it's just like brand new. I drove the truck about 10 years, big long logs and things like that. And I drove that truck and drove that truck. But tell them, because that's what we was here for, all of them. I'm going to do it myself. Show them, because sometimes when you talk and the word spread and this and that. But I think now that truck could be like brand new. Because you can't buy a truck for $70,000 right now that you have it. We can't buy a police car unless we have the money. But go out in the community, don't be no better to nobody when it comes down to our business. Just make it work. Go out in the community and say, what can we do to get a police department? What can we do to get, come to me, what can we do to get a fire department? Lounsboro, back there, they had a big fish fry, and we all can help if we all just want to work together. The fire department need to be here just as bad as the police department. But we all sit back. We all sit back until it's too late. I had a house that burned down. This lady over here got a house that burned down. But now you come out there, you're gonna do something and not trained to do it, you may get burned up yourself. So we've got to understand that, I'm just wholesale, because I know I'm picking now, because I already know. We want a fire department, we want a police department, we all work together, we can get this done. But I've got money now. We didn't have $10,000 at one time when we had a police department. We went into different accounts. And that means when you go into a different account, that means that money go down like a jet. Sooner or later, you don't have no money for nothing. So we used the fire department, the police department was on whatever's in there. We got $45,000, $50,000, but we always give another $1,000 from our general fund. So we're ready now to hire someone. But then now, this is what I would like. We had about 5 or 6 policemen. And now, at some point, they stayed here for a little while, and they left. And we're stuck. So right now, we're still on paper, in a sense. As I talked to some of these big time guys, they said, we've got to open it up. If not, they had to take us off the insurance. But how bad we need it, when I looked at the accident, and it isn't the first one, most things that happened, that I was right there to see it. So just all of work together. Tell whoever in that, over the fire department, that we're concerned now. Harold Bell, I'm not, because I want to help too. I really want to help. And we want to give money if we can. Okay, we're going to give money if we can. Okay, now, go on.
Okay, I'm part of the volunteer.
I know, I understand.
Okay, and so we have had 2 trainings, we're waiting to do CPR. We're in the process of getting, one of the trucks that's in the bakery. So it is progress being made, just slow progress.
Glad to hear that. I'm
Hopefully-
glad to hear that. What's her name? Evelyn's son. You called me yesterday. The one that put the star on the
Yeah.
cup, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I told him, I mean, I didn't know anything about all that. Now, I'm just talking about this
Well,
is
you
something
paid,
that
you
came.
paid the one of the, training we had.
Yeah, I mean, I know about that, I'm just saying, that's why I want the citizen go out there, and this, if we wanna have a fish fry, cause I'm gonna talk to, the head person. We wanna have a fish fry, them people's up there, the cases, they did that, and they raised a lot of money. That's all we gotta do is just figure out how to work together. There's no time for no playing now. But again, back to, and I saw y'all at the training, and that's what it's gonna take. Don't put your hand on nothing unless you know, and you know, because folks got sued now. And once you get one lawsuit, there come another. So finally, you ain't got no money, and you ain't got no insurance. It's just like your car, you get 3 tickets, or you get 3, some way, had an accident, then your insurance goes to about, from 100 to about 400. So that's how the insurance would be with this here little small town. And that's why I'm so careful about safety, how it's take money if you mess up. So we got to understand, I'm asking all the council members here, go get some training. Go get some, because we're gonna be where you can help, although you may not be on paper to say you're a firefighter, but you got some training, you can jump in and help too. But I've been there. And that's why I say I'm gonna make sure that I get some CPR training real soon. Cause I be out there all the time. I keep a pair of gloves in my pocket right now in case I had to go with blood and all this stuff at. I keep them in my pocket right there in case I have to. I'm a very active person, and some of you probably ready to say, I'm ready to get out of here now. I'm tired of listening to Harold Mayers talk.
No, it's not that, I think you should just.
But I'll tell anybody.
The agenda is like, it should be a
I'll tell
time
anybody
frame.
right now, if for some reason, 'cause we talking good talk now. I mean, I saw this out my own eyes, how these accidents, I saw this. And now, at some point, we just got to be able to get some training and try to help make this town one of the best days. Okay, I'm gonna move it up faster.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, we through with that. Now, question and answer about the Lowndes County Commission, we already had the guy from the State Department, they all came down and they clapped their hand, they got everything down where we, there's a man now, they still got the county. Pay the county, never pay the county, but they asked for it again. But that's more money that, they're asking for. We're working on that now in the state, and the state know what we're doing. Like I said, we're gonna do nothing like it our own money. Make sure everything is right. They came out and gave us A+. Took time, all that 500 million dollars, and we was able to do something with it. Now we're getting ready now to do some more things. You always know what's going on, but you gotta put in your head, the mayor will see these things. And then once I was smart enough to go out there and see these things, then I'll bring it to the board and see, and let the board see that this is good for us. But y'all don't be the mayor and the council members too now. I gotta be smart enough to go out there and get these things done, and then bring it to y'all and say, okay, this is good. So like now, we gotta wait till out this year, that first of the year. Already I talked to, some meeting we had, already talked to a person about, doing some things in the playground here. Cause we hadn't done something in that in a long, long time. And I mentioned to them that we need a bathroom and a building. We gotta be just like that. Just like that. He already said that it's gonna be done, but now the time it ran out for this year, and that's, get paperwork in for next year. Nothing easy like it used to be. Everything is more difficult now than it has ever been. So, this ain't no easy job.
What are you talking about, we gotta get a county? What we have to get a county?
But that, we talked about that when the tri-team, they said that they pay for the material. You and Joe
I
know.
thought you said some more money.
Yeah, we had not paid them that yet, but, that last paperwork the charter team gave up about, about the ads, the material that at one time, but he had told us about that. You and Joe, y'all know about that too. He had told us about that. And you had mentioned that too, but we gotta pay them, but they just wanna make sure that the counties, the state county, see can they give us a little grant that relates to that, since they're all included with that.
I thought we paid them all.
We paid them all what we're supposed to pay them, except that. Except that. Am I right, Laura?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It wasn't,
But that
they
means,
wanted more.
we may not have to pay it.
Materials and, a lot of those. So you
So they
pay
wanted
one
more
and
than
two.
what they first told us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they wanted
yeah, we talked about
$75
who we
something
remember.
thousand.
But I'm saying, I thought we had paid them all this for that. That's what I'm saying.
Not for that, we all knew about that, because he brought it to our attention. But the state didn't know anything about it. He brought it to our attention, we all know about that.
No,
I
I'm
think
saying,
everybody
I
knew
thought
about
we
that.
had all this.
Yeah, there's
Taken
that.
care of it.
Let's see, can I get my bank statement back?
Joe, he wanted to-
Where's the bank statement?
Right here,
Let me have all that.
his bank statement. All his, I think that's his folder too.
That's the bank statement, that's all. Yeah, every part, man, hold on to that, but we got all kinds of account numbers and all things on that.
It's your stuff, he just need this.
Look like I'm missing one.
You got anything else in there? You gonna see he's missing some of his
The
papers.
bank statement, I may not have to see.
Good, good.
Yeah, that's it. That's why you have to check behind yourself, and like I say, you know, there's nothing wrong, check behind yourself, nobody trying to make somebody feel bad or anything, that's what we're talking to you about. Once you get into it real, you gonna see it. And now, some of you should already have seen this here, through this election. You help folks, and helped you with a vote or whatever. Let me give you a lady going out right now, what's her name, May daughter. She came to my office and made a statement that she's gonna go around and feed all these older people. And I said, I'm gonna give you a donation too. I gave her $50. And I was in Montgomery, because I'm lucky to be here today. I have vertigo sometimes with that sinus problem. And I went to the doctor, and she said, call me in Montgomery, and say, hey, I got your plate. But that was something good, when she said, I'm gonna go around these old people, and she's gonna cook that food and give it. She did, because she said, I'm out in the community, she thought I was down here somewhere. But I said that to say, we all got to learn to help. We can make $5,000 just like that for the police department, or the fire department. We all work together now, have barbecue, and have food to cook, or whatever, drinks to sell. But we got to learn without being mean and mad and hate, you know, and dislike. Because I don't know why a person would dislike me. Well, I ain't never done nothing but just help somebody. But now politics just makes you just go crazy. And I've lost a share raise and spent way up in the money. There ain't nothing I spent this time. And I went home with a smile on my face because John just beat me.
What this got to do?
Yeah,
with
simple as
anything,
that.
man? Come on.
But but like I said, we're just gonna go on further with what we're doing. Now we're down to inauguration. Now, this is something real important. This is something real important for the people that are gonna be sworn in. Take time to talk to your boss. I think you already understand that, because Joe already said you could, I remember. But this is very important now. Be here. There's gonna be something that you just never had in your whole life. We don't know who may come, but be prepared for that day. It starts at 9 o'clock, and we're all gonna be sworn in. The governor, you don't know who may come. And I tell you, that can be a great day. I'm gonna try to have someone to take our pictures where we can print us out the wall. And these things, you look back when you're 8 or 9 years old, so okay, that was considered kind of, look at me now. How I look and look at me then. And that's just how, and let's be prepared for that day. That's why I put it here. I tried to put things down that I know that need to be. And just like that class, make sure you take that class next week. If you are, but now, some of that, you got a letter showing there, those that maybe called the last day, the place is filled up now. And, all those, Janice went, and I know Joel, myself, and one other, was there, the last time. But, these are classes, make sure that somewhere you take these classes, because it's a must now. You know, you can't just say you're gonna be a city councilman and not go through student classes.
Ms. Wallace, did anybody get any of them?
I didn't even get in.
Now, there's 4 different
Said
places.
that, it was filled up to the capacity.
You know, last time, it was just packed. People everywhere gonna be there. But you just got to be prepared
They
for it.
have another one coming up in February. I'm just signing up every once a week. I'm signing up with myself and everybody.
So write that down and make sure that, those are new people that you understand this here. And, don't find no excuses. If you're gonna miss that class, there's more times you can go to some other class. But, I will work with you, and at some point, you gotta get it done within so many days. So just make sure we get all this done. Now, executive section, if needed, I don't think we need it myself. Like I said, my concern, I have talked enough.
Yes, you have.
I mean, if people don't understand now, it's really serious now, people don't understand, you might as well start mumbling. Because this is real here, this thing is real. And we just can't just say, hey, you shut your mouth up. Because that's what I'm here for, it's real. And it's something that we're going through, you just don't see it like I see it. And I have to open my mouth, because this thing is so real that makes your head spin, you go to prison or anything. So we just got to understand, have patience. If you don't have no patience to come here, I advise you not to come. Because we don't know how long it's gonna take.
Question. You came to us, last month and month before last, about some kind of grant you were trying to receive?
So we're not.
You brought up information about a grant that somebody wanted to do for the town of Austin. What's the status on that?
Well, they still, like I said, I haven't gotten no letter back yet, so they're still in the processing. Anybody that maybe dealt with this kind of stuff, it takes, well, a grant now, it's gonna be even worse than it was years ago. The paper that thick that you have to deal with, you'll see that little money we got for that road there. We got paper that thick. We got a book, 2 or 3 books. Because it's not like it used to be. I guess because somebody may have taken money or used the money in the wrong way or whatever it may be. But whatever, that, like I say, it's still in the processing. And like I said, this here gonna be in the process is the first of the year about the bathroom and whatnot. Now we could easily take our money and say we're gonna do these things. But once we get started, I'm telling you, once we get started, it's gonna be a lot more money you need. Because you don't know what lumber gonna cost and this and that. Now, we get somebody that's gonna get them, make them a fast $500 and use that 500, which I'm talking about like 200,000. Then now, you're gonna look for a pole job. So it got to be done right, because like I say, we don't wanna be sued for nothing about, there's gonna be handicapped people coming in, and there's gonna be people, little children, and now things can happen before you know it. So we got to have patience when you come here. I tell you, I don't care what, you got something to do, call me and say, hey, I can't come tonight. And I guarantee you, I'll look at that. Because once you come here, you're gonna be square. It may take a little longer. We don't plan to be here no more than 2 hours. You look at the clock and say, okay, what time it is now? And all that kind of good stuff, and it's just 6:57 now. We started at 6. We ain't stayed here an hour yet. So we moving good. I mean, things are getting better because I pray hard. I pray that this town gets to be the one that's better and help and do things for the community. And people give us good names. I know they give me a good name. And that's a good thing. And when somebody pats you on the back and say, oh, you're doing a good job, I want that to be spread all over the world. Because one day I'm gonna be gone. And now somebody can learn from me like I learned from them older people. And now you can't take that away from me. And that's why I be out here. You just be up night and day, let's see what I be doing. you wonder how in the world, what time I get my sleep. So many things. Then the next thing we gotta put out there on the agenda, we want business to come into this town. A lot of business, it's gotta be a small business, a tire company, or they have flats. And those things like that, you never do it out your pocket. But, grants and things, well, you gotta pay $800 or $900 back every month, then you may not make but a little money, and then now sooner or later, you're gonna have to close it. So little things, start there and come on, but we gotta do a lot of stuff this year. Cause if God said this probably my last 4 years, now ask yourself, whoever gonna be the next mayor, get yourself ready right now. I learned from old man John Hewlett and all that stuff. Don't wait until an arguing and fighting, and then not doing what you ought to do, cause that time will come around 4 years, 4 years ago, just like that. So we pray about it. It'll be, don't care how mad you with somebody. Change your life now. If you plan to be in politics. Now you're not planning to be in politics. It's time now to make a difference. Now I'm old now. I'm 73, some of y'all probably just still in your 50s. So you gotta stop finding that phrase and help. Cause I'll wait for anybody, and I ain't nobody done nothing to me. And like I said, if I lose the election, I think 10, 15, I had brothers and things that helped me. 30, 40, 50,000 when I ran for sheriff, I lost. But I learned from that. And I learned from things, when you lose something, you learn. Then you do better the next time. So we only be in an hour, so let's not get into so much space. Now that's all for me. I've said enough, and I have more things I probably need to say, but it's just that, well, we got more time. That's why they extend this thing for 4 years or 5 years last time, because we had a lot going on with the COVID. Now we got time to get things together. We've got to learn to love. And if we don't get that, you might well get off the board. Because it's not a daycare, it's not a thing that where I've got to come by and just say, go do this, go do that. I'm gonna be tired. You find out what can you do to help y'all, help the people. And I guarantee you're gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off. But let's do that. And I wrote this here down here. We are here for the town business only. Have respect for each other in your community and other places. And always remember safety and respect come first. You'll make it if you deal with that. If you're gonna be a leader, you might as well get ready for that. Now, being a council member, you gotta watch what you're doing in your community. Before watching, they take pictures of you, everything you do. I don't see nobody doing nothing bad myself. I don't look for bad, I look for good. I don't hate. I came from a family of 13, so we came up sleeping, all of us sleeping in the same room. So we gotta love, we got that close together. And now, one day, you're gonna see that when you get 73 years of age, to see that Harold Bell talking some good sense. Then your mom out there, and then he didn't talk too much, because that's the devil. The devil is busy now. Now, back to the council member. Y'all can talk now. I would like to, say, if you have something to say about anything you can do to help with this time. I know that it won't be long, you'll be, leaving us. And I'll say to you, you've done a good job here, and I appreciate you. I really do. And there's more things you can do. And now it's not over with, Janice. 4 years will be just like that. And now God can appoint that person no matter what. But you just sit back and wait till the last minute, you might as well just sit down. Because our people need us now. I can't point you, go take this corner to the doctor, go do this here. They got to call you, they see that you can do it for them. People know who they can call. Miss Miles. Maybe there's a guy to be on that, going down the road on that thing. We make a get together one day and say, okay, we're gonna buy him something real big. You don't know what God got for you, You just don't know. You gotta get off your butt and go to work. So now, you will have anything to say, you have something to
I
say.
want to say it's been a pleasure somewhat working with the council here in office. have a work session or something to get all those old papers from 5 years ago in some kind of order.
Okay, but let me ask you this here, now, I'm not picking now. You said there's a lot of things could have been done. Just name me two, so we all can hear that, we may try to make that work. Name me just two things that maybe we could have done for this town to make it better for the citizen now. Now, if you can name me just two things, I promise you, I'll write it down and we'll work on it.
I mean, I've
I mean, there's ain't two things that you said
been
could
singing
have.
the same song about the bathrooms out there since.
Okay, we just talked about the bathroom, so yeah, that's a good
You tell
thing.
me to say two
That's what I'm saying,
things,
I appreciate
and
that.
I talked about the kitchen as far as. it
Okay,
needs to
those
be
two
done.
things, write those two things
You
down.
know?
I'm glad to hear that, because we all own those two things. And that's something good. That's why I say, write down these things. Stop thinking that I'm trying to say that, I'm gonna say, how would I say it? Because I have to be careful what I say. Carl, my brother, he's like that. He say the same thing. I have to be careful what we say. Because people take it the wrong way. Take it the wrong way. So I so much with that, and I say what I start to say. Okay? Now, we heard those two things there, and that's good. And now we don't want people to use the same thing. If you got an idea, if not nothing, then don't say it. Okay, so, I know you need, but you be around here, like you all said earlier, that you have been in this community for a long time. Name two things that now, just take money, you can name that we need 5, police cars. I'm just using that for an example. There's no money for no 5 police cars, because no revenues coming in. So we got to think about what we can get. Now, we can get those two things, now, we can't get the bathroom, but we gotta get a grant. When that man talk. And, sooner or later, that's gonna be done. If you live within, I say this here way, if you live within the 4 years, there's gonna be a bathroom up there, there's gonna be a stove in there. Now, that's good what you said, I didn't kick you for that.
The whole kitchen need to be refurbished.
Well, the whole building, if you push down and put a brand new, but we don't have the money.
Well,
So we might as well forget about what that, just be what it is. I just said, we don't have the money. But we, as soon as they don't have it, we just put God in everything we do. Now, whether that be one or two things that you can bring up, but you can just talk about what you want. That was, the reason I said that, she just said that things could have been done. Okay.
I do agree with the work session. At the time that any concerns that we have, we really won't have time to discuss them because of the way the agenda is, and we only limit to certain many, I guess, your opinion or your concerns. So I would like to see a work session so we are able to understand what is needed in the community and what can we do as a whole to improve some things. As far as some ideas and everything, I would email you the ideas that I would
Okay, good.
concern.
Well, I'm concerned about your concern in this community. What can you name by yourself, not what we can do? What you can do
I said,
by
I would
yourself.
I am going to email you some ideas.
Yeah.
I would email it to you.
Okay,
As I said, at this time, we won't have time to discuss everything. But in a work session, I think that we should sit down before we have a meeting and discuss some things so we can be on one accord.
well, when I get that.
And when it's saying, we're talking about the council members' concerns right now. So just give us a minute and just let us give you the concerns that we see.
Excuse me,
Now,
let
what
me
we-
cut you off for 1 second. Please let me cut you off for 1 second. Do this for me. Speak for you only. Then let everybody speak for themselves. Don't say us or something. Just say what I can do.
We are members.
That's all right
But
too,
I
but
was
we
also-
separate what we
when you
get
asked me
idea from
concerns.
each person.
Concerns, right?
Yeah, just
It's
tell me about
not
your
for me.
concern then.
That is our concern.
Okay, don't say us, if you don't mind.
Okay, my concern
Uh.
is respect. Niggas.
Okay, that's
That's it.
that's what I'm talking about. We gotta get away from that.
Respect.
You know, me
from
and my
the
brother
mayor.
Don are playing, we're
Yes.
two different
From
people.
our
And my
mayor.
concern,
Where, you want me to say my
Yeah.
mayor?
huh?
You said, want me to say my mayor? Cause you said take out us and we, so. it-
Right now,
my
right
mayor.
now, I want you to use yourself right now,
But
cause
that's what.
the council
okay.
members,
So, I have a big concern,
yeah,
the respect from the mayor of Moses.
Okay, now you just say you got to send me out, write down
I already
something.
had.
I like that, I would like that, that's what I've been trying to get to. Write these things down, I can, then there's some of the things I have something to put down on the agenda. But once we start thinking about nobody but myself,
He don't listen.
at this time, that's why we have 5 council members. And each one of y'all, those, especially those that know what it's about when they're fighting. All of you, I mean, you run, waiting on one, just say, number 2, you gotta be out there telling people to vote for me. You gotta say vote for number 1 and number 2. Vote for Janet too now, that one that you never let down, just using that now. When you go out there, you gotta learn a lot, if you listen to it. Okay,
Well, it's so many, but I'm gonna try to narrow it down to 2, which is again, we need to have a work session. In order to have community, we need to come together as a council and mayor. See,
a week ago.
we of the council, because I am a part of the council. We need to come together, I'm gonna continue to say that as long as I'm on the council. Because I can't make a handful of decisions by myself. It's all of us collectively together.
Amen.
And so, in order for us to do that, we need to sit down, we need to look at the financial records ourselves. And you gonna say they like they was, since we know how they were for the past 5 years, we should be able to better move forward with a different.
Everybody listen like that if you can.
Amen.
We don't want to have nobody talking.
Amen.
We should be able to move forward with a calculated event, instead of you just saying you're not gonna run us down for this or that, that's not, anybody with common sense know that's not how things operate.
Amen.
And so we would need to sit down and pre-plan all this stuff before we continue to have meetings like this.
Amen.
Okay, this is councilmember concern, what I'm saying, talking about right now, councilmember concern, but you said that what you wanted to say. Now, just want councilmember concern.
Mr. Mayor, this, as you well know, this is my last meeting on the council. And I can have just 3 or 4 minutes without interruption. Is that okay? I don't want to feel.
You got so bad last time, you said, I'll come to the council meeting this time.
Well, and I didn't.
Go on, Joe.
Okay. Okay. Let me speak from 17 years as mayor and about 15 years on the council. And we'll take a little minute. The way we built the town hall here, we bought all the property that you see, we built the trailer park, we paved the streets, and we remodeled just about every house in town. The way we did it is we sat around the table you guys talked about, and we came up with a plan, and we followed the plan. And I want to share some with you. I used to tell Mayor Hill, Moss is a very poor town. It's not much you can get out of us because we don't have much. Somebody's gonna have to be what they call it. Johnny Ford once said, if you're not calling the mayor a big shot, he just about ain't getting nothing done. Because he gotta get out of here. I ain't telling the mayor, somebody gotta get out of here and go where the money is. And they gotta bring folks who's capable of doing that. And the only way they gonna do that, if they see you guys not working together, coming in here, voting on stuff, moving on, then people not gonna want to be bothered with you. Engineers are not gonna do a grant, because they ain't gonna get paid until you do the grant. So if they think you're not gonna do it, or you're gonna have a big discussion, you're gonna have a problem really getting people to do these things. And you know, we talked about the fire department, we drove to Washington DC, we rode the van in Washington DC and drove fire trucks back down here. We got the fire department going, big time training, came here every night. And those things can still happen. But it can take a whole lot of, no one person, mayor of the council, can do anything. This is a decision of the majority of you. And that's where it gotta be if you're gonna get respect outside here, or even here. You gotta sit around the table and vote on stuff, and once that carried out, Mr. Mayor, the mayor gotta carry it out. And once the majority of the council members vote on it, the mayor gotta vote on it, that's a good thing. And unless you guys, and I just pray to God that we can do that you guys can do that over the next 4 years. Because it's not about getting elected in a small town. This is just a job you take to try to make a difference in the community. I mean, I ain't know, I would never be out there trying to they supposed to vote, so you ought to be good enough for the end of the election that
No, I ain't talking.
they ought to be willing to vote. But you cannot do it individually. You gotta come together. For those of you who are married, you know what it is. Husband, wife, pulling different ways, and that's gonna happen. And the ideal thing, Janet talked about during our entire session, you got to come together to understand what the law says you do. The law clearly says what you do. And we knew that, but we didn't act on it. And once you knew that, you gotta act on that, you gotta do it. And then you don't have to stand around here and talk all night. When you come in here, you ought to have community meetings, I'm finished here. You ought to have community meetings for everybody. But when you come in here, you ought to be just about ready to vote on stuff. I wanna do this, I wanna do that. And the law says, the mayor gives each council member 2 times. And after 2 times, you ought to call it to a vote. You know, there's no sense talking about the same thing all night. You know. And Harold is not me, ain't no need of me, I'm not talking me, I'm talking councilman. It's not that a councilman would say, this is what I want. Hell, the councilman got to be able to convince at least 4 other people that that's what the community needs. And if you just look out for what the best for the community, you'll be a good councilman, that's all. Move yourself out of the way. Fire department, for example, if we get a fire department going, and we did have it going, we got from a 10 to a 9, that's say 10%. But do you know if we could get down Sharon to about a 7 or 8, that 50% of everybody in Sharon will be cut in half? And that's a big savings for the community. So, and what I said, all the people who complain about the fire department is volunteer. Everything is volunteer. So if you got a complaint, come up, they meet, come up here and meet with them and help put it together, because nobody's getting paid. And my final conclusion is that there's no sense in waiting. Y'all are, well, I know we're here hours talking. You know, you ought to be glad to be on board on enough stuff to move the mountains in an hour. And citizens have an opportunity for citizens to come in, but when you come in here, in fact, I know the mayor has a great experience of teaching, and I know you're used to being on your feet to talk to people, but usually the councilman and the mayor sit around the table, and they talk to each other, they ain't talking to the public, they talk to each other, this is what we want to do, and then they go on. But this all stuff is in the Nicholas Townsend book, and training what many of us did is so important that we understand how it works. But like the mayor said, we're probably looking at you across the world now. You know, you want to look, and it's not you, the council, you don't look like we know what we're doing.
Let me ask you
Amen.
this. What, 1 or 2 things? I already said that I want to see a police department.
Okay.
Now, the reason I want to see a police department because I see what's going on, especially with accidents and things happening. And another thing, I want to see a fire department. Now, you brought up something about working together. How can we already can deal with both of them?
Okay, let me tell
How
you.
can, number one, how can we help with the fire department?
Okay, let me tell you.
Just tell us, how can we help with the fire department?
Please don't get mad because when you.
How can we help with the fire department?
Don't get mad when you minus opinion.
The fire department.
What we talk about, Mayor Bell has been in police. He himself sent a letter to the governor saying that we just don't have enough money to run a police department. We still don't have enough money. You talk about $40,000, $50,000, a car costs way more than that. A salary costs more than that. The city of Atlanta, Montgomery, everybody needs policemen. So you're gonna hire somebody who really not very qualified, more than likely. So what I think, this is my personal thing, is Chris Wesson, the sheriff department, already got these folks on board. The sheriff is offered to provide law work. All we would have to do is come up with enough money to help pay the workers, and he would keep somebody over here. The housing authority has agreed to pitch into that. Now, we could have, the question is, do we want law enforcement, or do we want a police department?
Let me tell you right here.
You asked me for that one.
But let me tell you here. When you're dealing with 3 organizations, you're dealing with the sheriff department, you're dealing with the Mauser complex, and you're dealing with the housing authority. You better know just what you are doing. Because all 3 of these people getting money now. From the governor, from the state. And the mean I'm saying this. From the governor. So everybody should be able to furnish their own thing. But like you said, like we say, we ain't have about $10,000 or $15,000. And I kind of looked at the books. We never had $30,000 in the police department. That money without a grant. Now at some point, it's gonna work. But we wait until, somebody come in and take over. Now, now you talk about that, we talk about the police department. Now, how can we deal with the fire department? Then you're talking about.
Well, I think Cheryl is best answer.
I'm talking about you now, because we're worried about that. I'm just saying now, how can you?
Several things can happen. You asked, I'm gonna give you that.
I asked some questions, like you made a statement about the fire
I'm
department.
gonna ask the fire department.
Okay, just kind of on
Okay,
that.
Marcy's.
I wanna know, cause I wanna help.
Okay, the town of Marcy's originally created and started the fire department. And at some point, one of the mayors decided to give it, to turn it over. One way, if you really wanna help, take it back under the umbrella of the town of Marcy's.
Do what now?
Take the fire department back under the umbrella.
Well, they tried that with me one time, but I saw where it was so bad in debt right there. There was some more things. You told me to say what I need to say now. That's the way I would think.
Fire department, they know anybody.
Now, at some point, I was gonna deal with some more stuff, and I said, no, Harold Bear, you're not ready for that right now. So but now tell me, how can we deal with it? You're trying to tell me.
That's the kind of thing you and I in the council talk about.
I said, you're trying to tell me how I know somebody else is over the fire department. How can we go to them with our concern and help?
The same way we do, go to the fire department meeting. Cheryl would be glad to tell you what it is.
Uh-huh.
That's what I would suggest.
Well, not much you said about that. But now we wanna make sure that we can all get those two things. Those are two important things, because I see that we need it.
I agree.
I see that our insurance I need it. If somebody right now say, we don't have a fire department. See, nothing, here come these time folks, I come out here and look. Question that, that's what the same thing about the police department. There's some things we gotta do right away, or just say we don't have one now. But we on paper. But that's the same thing with the fire department. There's a lot of people, I don't wanna talk about that, cause it's something, I do a lot of research and be able to see what's going on about these things, and I be real careful about what I do and what I accept. Because right now, I don't have a headache at all. I have a headache sometimes, my own personal assets, but I don't have a headache at all with this here. You may say we're not doing anything, but you look at the records, from way back, and see what they have right now from way back, you'll begin to say, Harold, I'm trying to figure out what you're saying.
I want to just say.
I'm just saying.
Okay, I want to respond.
Because like I said, when I open the police department, we open the police department, I want that to stand. But there can be some things that I'm gonna have to say and share with the council members. May I go into a section, because like I said, mine don't have no eyes. It is what it is, no talking while we having a meeting.
Are you having a meeting or are you having a
Okay,
conversation?
so I said no talking while we having a meeting.
I'm not talking.
Okay, now, what about you?
You talking and talking is time to go on to the next bullet.
I have a conflict concern, and I need the same statement you gave, Joe, as to the
Yeah.
my concern, and I'm not listing two things that I wanna see in the community, but my concern is safety in Mouses. Like, both of y'all have talked about what I had wanted to talk about anyway. In lieu of the accident of the young man, I feel like if we had some safety, we had some police presence down here, not just one day out of a week, but I know right now we don't have our own police department. We not in the process of even getting one like next week. So my thing is, we as council members, along with the mayor or however, but we need to decide what's more important. Are we going to wait until we can raise enough money to get a police chief to run houses, or are we going to partner with the sheriff and do what we need to do and make this a safe place? Just like the young man that had the accident. The family, not his family, but families could decide, say, well, there was no kind of ordinance or nothing, no kind of sign that says 4-wheelers are not allowed in a certain place, up and down the road or a certain area, and they can decide that they want to sue us. And yes, that can happen. They can decide that they want to sue the town of Mouses. If we had some police present, then a lot of this stuff wouldn't go on that's going on. And that's my concern.
said good things. What you're saying, and I told you, I had talked to somebody about the police department, and this is just, it's the same thing with the fire department. You go out there, come out, you wanna put out a fire and something happen, that's a big lawsuit. Same thing with the police department, that's why I say now, we're gonna make sure that we're gonna open the police, we got enough money, I've checked it out. But we can't pay nobody that think they're gonna pay for a big house, $1,500 a month, coming out to a little small town. Nick, let's hold still for right now. Like I say, it's that where we've got to use it a little at a time. We got enough money, but once we go into our section, during the time when we be sworn in, we gotta hear some good stuff. Already start writing it down. All we gotta do is be able to deal with it. Okay, you already had your time now. Okay, come on. Now, all that is over now. Okay, I'll give you a second chance.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Okay.
I just wanna say to this new council persons in the audience, and this older council person, you gotta put some laws on the books before you start the new term. Put it in writing, and this way we know we're working with it. Like Alfred said, you know, there's no signs out there, but everybody knows that drives a four-wheeler, they off-road vehicles, they're not supposed to be up and down on the road. So, I mean, that's just common sense. But until we put some things on paper, people just gonna do what they wanna do.
But let me tell you this here.
And we need an attorney for the town.
Let me tell you, then we're gonna be over with. This way I see it. Some things we can do and some things we cannot do. Now, 24 hours, you have to be out here 24 hours to really stop the four-wheelers or either stop some things. The day that you maybe sleep in the bed, you work all night, and you're in the bed, that's maybe the day that something may happen. So we can talk that talk, but it ain't time to walk that walk, but we don't have that money. Now, speed bumps can slow things down. And we're all gonna talk about that, the speed bumps in William Drive and Reed Drive. Because those are people that live there, and they could run into somebody's house. Now, I've been talking about that, but now, things I put out here that is gonna benefit just what y'all saying. Now, yes, we need a 24-hour, but now, who gonna give us $1 million to put in our budget?
You are.
That's what gonna cost. Then that got to be ate up too soon.
We can at least put the signs out and
We gotta
that'll
do
show
that.
some of the stuff that's going on. At least if we have the signs out, that'll somewhat cover us as the town, instead of not just having nothing up.
That's what I said.
If they see the sign.
We gotta do something, you stand with something good, make good
We can
sense.
order signs, we can get a committee
We gotta
together and,
Right now, this year about gone, so we're gonna come up, that's why I say, we got different ideas, and some things, just like what you just said, I've been saying about signs, I've been talking about, now one guy's supposed to come put signs, some of the signs broke down, that maybe say yield, stop, or whatever, at the school that these signs there. And those are things that somebody could gave to me and say, hey, this person here wrote this down, it ain't one about we, about what you said. And then I'll take those things that are good, and we can deal with it, they're gonna be dealt with. And that's good what you just said, Sheriff. And that was your idea of that, what you just said. And that was good. And that's what I'm just trying to get in your head, to put these things in writing, what you know that we need. I'm talking about we, because we don't sleep together. We all got different ways of thinking.
You work
We
together.
all got ways of thinking. We all got ways of doing something. And we put all that and bring it to me, then we'll say, hey, we're gonna use this list. And most likely, if we don't copy on someone, you may have the same thing that we need. So that's good. I feel that we had a good meeting. And I want to just recognize the citizens. I know y'all was here, and I'm glad to see y'all here. But have patience and get other people to come and voice their opinion and put things down and bring it to me. And say, this is what we need. If we need the road fixed, then I can get with Charlie and myself, we all make something work. And we need speed bump. If you living in that subdivision out here, and you see people passing by fast, and you see people going way this way, just try to save their life, because some of them don't even know any better. I've been young myself, and I know what I used to do. But anyway, back to now the citizen, I know that you wanna talk, I just see you can't make that thing up, but you have to be on the agenda, I'm not gonna recognize you, I'm glad to see y'all here. Now, glad to see y'all here and bring more people without mess, bring them here so they can voice their opinion on, and call us a day or 2 days ahead, that you wanna be on the agenda, have some good ideas. Something that we can do, something that we know that we can't talk now, something that we know we can do, we can't talk now, because you're not on the agenda now. Just have respect for each other.
I have a,
Have respect for each other.
I have a
Okay, that's
comment.
it here. Now, okay, we still have our meeting.
Number 12.
the meeting's not adjourned yet.
I recognize the consent, after the citizens. Now, anything else everybody wanna say? Okay, now, I recognize the citizen. We don't talk during this meeting. If you wanna be on the agenda, I promise you, I'll let you talk. Right now, you can't do it. I'm saying
You said anybody else has something to say. Were you referring to the councilman or are you talking to?
We're talking about the council.
The individual
We're talking
here.
about the councilman.
Was specified.
Okay, councilman, we're talking to y'all, okay? Now, we are finished, we're gonna ask for a motion to adjourn.
Yeah, you didn't
I just
recognize.
did.
No.
I just did.
No, you didn't.
I thank y'all for coming. I just did.
No, y'all, you don't get nobody a chance to say
I
nothing.
just did. You're on the agenda.
Come on, man, don't do that.
Okay, let's make a motion now,
Okay, when the election time come up, then why don't you
Okay,
say,
that's it. I
if
said
you wanna
you
vote, then
cannot
you say
talk
something, you
unless you're
can't
on the
talk.
agenda.
I'm not talking.
What you doing?
Why
not
you gotta be
talking.
on the agenda?
Okay, I'm having to walk out.
Okay, I don't mind walking out.
Okay.
You wanna escort me out?
No, I'm having somebody. to
Nobody
escort
walk
me.
me out, walking
See,
out
that's
myself.
why you wanna get a police
Back
down.
here, we're having a good meeting, and just have respect for each other.
The meeting is adjourned, cause you said the
We're
meeting
not
was
adjourned
adjourned.
yet. We have to make a motion to adjourn.
No, but it's all about
Ma'am,
you,
can you
because
be
you
quiet?
don't
Can you
say
be quiet
we, you say I.
He
So
don't
you
get
talk
a
all
chance to
about
say that,
you.
cause he don't.
It's not about
He
you.
don't sit as us a.
It's all about you.
you.
And, like, this is not, I don't live
It's
with
been adjourned. It's
Moses.
been adjourned. Now you
I
can
know.
go.
But we in with Martha, but you don't get a chance to say nothing
Right.
over there.
You don't have,
beside
you have to be
Hab.
on the agenda.
Come on, Hab, come
Okay,
on.
I'm gonna come up
Be on
here.
the
I'm
agenda for what?
gonna come up here and talk.
You don't get nobody a chance to say nothing. What kind of meeting is here?
But you talk about bosses.
Oh,
What about the people over there?
come on. That's why you supposed to be down here. You could have supposed to be down here. You didn't do that when you was. And we in with my sister. You don't do that no more. Come on there. Don't let the big man come. Come on there. I got it. Come on, come on.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. They have representation.
No, we gotta have that. No, we don't need it. No, you don't do that no hour. No, we don't need it.
Nobody
We don't need it. We don't need it.
Everybody does the thing on your way.
No, you ain't doing that over that way
I
either.
can't talk to her about
No, come on. You ain't doing that over there. We just over there. We been over there all these years. All the years. And then you don't come over there.
Just try to call me.
Look, no, we didn't do that.
When y'all call me, y'all know.
Yeah, I know you. That's what
All you
I'm
gotta do
telling
is
you.
tell me. It been made different. I've been on you before I know.
Yeah, no, I didn't say anything. They don't check why it's
I don't agree with that. You can't get your man down.
What you want me to do?
You don't be inflated. All my life, when we go to school, yeah, I'm in that whole thing. Right, yeah. But everything you say is about down here. But you don't say never that way. Everything down your mouth. Everything in mouth. Speed bump. Y'all like you don't need speed bump.
That's okay.
Coming up in our way. Right there in that hill right there, when you come out, you can't see. He can't keep the county, keep that grass
When you
dead.
recognize the business, that's the chance to talk. That's right. Yeah,
Right.
they on the agenda.
Come on, he don't do anything.
They don't supposed to talk, but.
You right, you over there where we live at.
We gonna get it.
Right. He don't come over that way. All of you been over there, in with mouth, ain't did that. But he